If you understand these aspects very well, then you will be liberated. As we go on in the training, we'll look at products, possible products. Income sources. Your income can come from a job. I know people talk about entrepreneurship, and I've been fending for myself since I was a teenager. So I know what it means to have a job and what it also means to have a business. So I can tell you that it's okay to have a job. As a matter of fact, sometimes, even if you are planning to have a business, sometimes having a job prepares you for how to operate in your own business. So I'm not one of those people that would say, you need to be your own boss, you need to be your own boss. Yes, you need to be your own boss, but it's also not bad if you have a job. Especially when your job is solid. There are some people who are in a job, but what they earn is far more than what some entrepreneurs make, even in a whole year itself. So let's not put ourselves under unnecessary pressure by saying, oh, I need to end this job and go and start my own thing. It's okay to have a job, it's okay to start your own business, but just make sure that it takes care of income to the point of financial confidence. That's the cocoa, that's the important thing. So income sources, it can be a job, it can be business, it can be you having a side also. That means you have a job and you still have another thing by the side. It can be tangible or intangible, meaning it can be goods or services. At the end of the day, they are all products, so your income can come from any of this. It can be online and it can be offline. Example, if it's online, it can be that you have an online store, you are into e-commerce, or it can be a digital entrepreneur, so you have digital products that you sell. It can be offline, the typical brick and mortar business, that's the traditional business, like you have a boutique, you have a shop where your restaurant where you sell food and all of that. So you can have your income sources from any of this. There are so many. Example, like I said, restaurant earlier, so you're into food business. You can be into e-business, that's an online business, and the options are many these days. You can be into travel business, into property, etc. So when it comes to income sources, the list is kind of endless. You can add your own in the comment section, from your experience or from other people's experience. Give examples of income sources. Give example of income sources that you know. So income sources can come from different things, and the most important thing is you should find one or two that at least can solve income problems for you. All right, let's talk about income skills. You want to get to a place where you have peace concerning your income, then you need to have skills. Soft skills, hard skills, technical skills, you need them. Example like critical thinking, planning, team building, problem solving, leadership skills, good writing skills, that's copywriting, content writing, communication skills, marketing, sales. These are some of the skills you need to have. Talking about income skills, you can have skills like understanding how to build sales funnel, especially in this 21st century. If you're observant, you will notice that for almost every business now has an online version. Like, even if you are doing traditional kind of business, the normal brick and mortar business, there is always an online version of it. Or the customers, aside from getting customers through the normal method, people also make effort to get customers through online marketing as well. And that's why in this day and age, different skills are now necessary in order to be able to create income, make sales, run businesses. So sales funnel is one. We'll talk more on that in the next slide. You can have sales funnel, you can understand email marketing, you can be a graphics designer, you can understand video creation and editing, digital marketing, critical thinking, like I mentioned before, marketing plan. You need to be tech aware. You have tech skills, like you understand search engine optimization, web design skills, and web development skills, etc. Different skills that you can have. You don't need to have all. You can just have one or two. And in a situation where you don't even have some of these skills, you know your strength as an individual. Build on your strength and then outsource those areas that you're not good at. You either outsource or you learn, because there's nothing wrong in you learning what you don't know, acquiring skills in the area that you know that, okay, I will need this thing but I don't know it. And the beauty of it is that these days it's so easy to learn things. The knowledge is there for those who are willing. It can be free and it can be paid for, but at least if you are determined, you everything you need you will get. If it aids your income, if it helps you make money at the end, if that is your goal, then be willing to put in the work. If you need to learn new skills, learn new skills. If you need to identify your strength and then outsource areas where, okay, you can't really function, then do it. Even the outsourcing doesn't have to be so expensive. And in terms of outsourcing, you can be in Nigeria and you need skills that someone somewhere in Philippines can handle for you, and for a small fee. Like, for example, when you talk outsourcing, Fiverr comes to mind. You can get people on Fiverr to work with you. For example, maybe for your adverts you need video, you need a good video with good graphics and proper editing. You can hire somebody on Fiverr to do it for you and it will still be affordable. Maybe $10, $20, depending. But for every, and you can even get young people in Nigeria who will still do it for you and it's affordable. As a matter of fact, if you need something for your presentation, for your marketing, you want to do video marketing, something for your small business, feel free to get in touch. We have a team of people who can help you with that. So having skills, very important. You can be that kind of person that is very good at coming up with idea and creating a plan concerning it, and then you can identify the right kind of people, talking about team building, who will help you in bringing it to pass. So having income skills, very, very, very vital, very crucial. What you don't know, you can always learn. So you don't have any excuse. That's the point I'm making. No excuse. When you give yourself excuses, then you will not be able to get yourself out of income problems. So no excuses. Just be willing and open your mind. Don't insist that this is who I am, this is the only thing I do for a living, and that's the way it's going to be. Sometimes you might just need to do a U-turn, start something new, or grow what is existing. Grow what is existing. All your life you've been in the finance sector. Good. All you do is a job in the finance sector. But do you know that your knowledge in that sector can help others? So spread your tentacles. Maybe you are an accounting guru. You understand accounting, you understand auditing. You can help small businesses. Help them understand bookkeeping. Or you have a team that handles that aspect for small businesses, and that will bring another side income. As a matter of fact, that side income can become the main income with time. Imagine you are working with 10, 20, 30, 50 small businesses, or you have an online course that teaches them how to do bookkeeping, how to take care of their records in their organization. Or many small businesses, they hope to get loans too from maybe banks or get grants. Maybe they can pitch and try to get grants and all of that, but the preparation part they don't know. If you've been in the finance sector, you know what the banks look out for before they give out loans. You can train people, you can help people understand how to position their business for funding. That could be one problem you are solving, because this is all about being able to solve problems. When you solve problems, you bring solution. In exchange, people will pay. People will pay. So if you want to earn income, you must be a solution provider. So while people are busy complaining about the endless problems, you are looking at how you can position yourself to solve some of these problems. And in solving the problem, you create a product that will help people find solution, and they eventually need to pay. So if you are in the finance sector and you help people position themselves to attract funding, you are solving a problem and everybody gets to smile. So let's talk income plan. To get unstuck financially, you must come up with a workable plan. It's not optional. It's just the way to go. If you want to get unstuck financially, come up with a workable plan. It's not magic. You have to tell yourself, okay, this is the challenge, this is where I am. How do I move from point A to point B? and you sit down and work it out. And whatever plan you come up with, the summary of it is this: at the end of the day, to earn income or to make money, you need a product and you need to know how to sell that product. You need a product and you need to know how to sell that product. Your product can be physical products, it can be digital products, but ultimately know how to sell it. And for you to sell it, you need to come up with a good marketing and sales plan. A good marketing and sales plan. You need to come up with it. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a physical product. I'll do an example of physical product and digital product. Let's say you have a physical product that you want to sell. Your product is okay, you have a product that can help people make their teeth white. So your product solves the problem of color teeth or whatever. Teeth whitener, that's your product. How do you identify people who need these products? And how do you eventually make sales? That is where your planning comes in. For example, you can decide to say, okay, I'm going to create a sales funnel around this. So my product is teeth whitener. I intend to sell, for starters, to 100 people, next to 1,000, next to 5,000. It depends on how you want to grow. A simple funnel could be you having product, you create an ad, could be text, could be video ad, could be just text and graphics ad. You connect your text, your adverts to a landing page where people can enter their details in exchange for something. So that means you must have a lead magnet, a bait. I love to call it bait. You give something good for free in exchange for data, in exchange for phone numbers and email addresses and names. And then you are gradually building a database of people who are interested in whitening their teeth. And then as your funnel goes further, when you get their contacts, they get the free gift. And then you can now take them to your sales page where they get to know more about the product you have to offer. While at the same time, since you have their contact, you can prepare an email sequence that they get from the moment they sign up, maybe an interval of one day or two days, they hear from you. Because if they don't hear from you, they will even forget that they ever had any contact with you online. The way people browse online, they can't even remember everybody, but you have to stay on their mind by keeping in touch. And everything you are trying to do is to now point them to your product, to the point where they can now make a buy decision, where they can actually become customers who buy. That's more like a summary of creating a simple funnel around your products. You can point them to your online store that you set up that can also accept that where you can accept payments. That means once they make that click, they can pay. For example, you use seller.co. As a Nigerian, you can use seller. Seller is selar.co. You can use seller. So, and do you know that all this doesn't have to cost so much money? It just requires some planning, and you can automate that. You have products, people make inquiry, they get to your store, online store, they place order, make payments, and then there is order fulfillment from your hand to their home side, because the physical product will need to get to them. I'm talking about you doing advert. You can run advert on Facebook. That's the cheapest place to run advert. About the cheapest place to run adverts. You don't need to have 500,000 for you to run adverts. Gone are those days that if you don't see Punch newspaper, if you don't see STV, NTA or radio, you can't run adverts. No. You can do online adverts with a wider reach, yet cheaper. There are so many other ways to run adverts that is still affordable. In fact, there are some free methods you can use as well. But for the sake of this particular class, at least let's use Facebook adverts. You can also run your adverts in such a way that, create a funnel in such a way that from your advert straight to your WhatsApp. Most Nigerians use WhatsApp these days, and all the people who use WhatsApp, they check their WhatsApp several times in a day. So that means you can get your target customer, you can get them to connect with you really fast using WhatsApp. So once you run your advert, it comes to WhatsApp, they might even get an automated message on what to do next if they are interested in getting your products. And all these things you can do yourself by getting the required knowledge, or you outsource. Let somebody do your marketing for you. If you need help with any of this, you can always get in touch and we'll be glad to help. But you need a product and you need to know how to sell your product. It doesn't matter how beautiful your product is. If you don't know how to sell it, you'll still be stuck. And the truth of the matter is, sometimes in business, 1 plus 1 is not 2. Sometimes your 1 plus 1 could be 11. And sometimes your 1 plus 1 could be minus 11. And sometimes your 1 plus 1 could be 2. What I'm saying is that sometimes you plan it and everything works out smoothly. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want. And sometimes it will even surpass your expectation. The key is that you don't give up. As long as you have a plan that is workable and it makes sense, and you've tested the market, you know there are some people who need what you have. Push it. Don't give up. You will smile at the end of the day. You just